Yo, what's up, ladies and gentlemen? It's your boy DaVon in the flesh for another legendary video for another AEW Dynamite review as I'm covering for January 15th, 2025, which keeping everything nitty gritty, everything so saucy in the land of professional wrestling with a biased opinion, more importantly, keeping it honest, genuine, and talking it up and give you guys what you guys are here for the results and as well as my actual opinion and guides of what I feel for the actual overall show. AEW Dynamite was good for what it was. We had the official return of Kenny Omega back into in-ring action against not only the Machine Brian Cage, but in an overall, it was good for what it was until we had the drama unfold with the Don Callis family. We also had a return to AEW. We had Samoan Joe, the man that truly has been missed when it came to being a part of AEW locker room, as well as being one of the true pillars and leaders and the guidelines of how things should be running when it comes to AEW. There's nothing that could be twist or turn when it comes to Samoa Joe. About time he is back and he has lined himself with Hook to assist him with the whole coalition of the Christian coalition and the patriarchy of how things have continued to be unfolding with all the drama. We also had a notable return back to AEW for the women's side of things. It was nice to see someone we haven't seen since 2022. But the woman I'm talking about is no other than Megan Bain. She is someone that's similar to Chris Statlander as well as the big girls of the group, Willow Nightingale, and so many more. But is this something that was a nice pickup? It surely is. But more importantly, I'm looking to see how the women's division continue to shape up and twist things up. But more importantly, I enjoyed the little lovely battle royal to set things in motion to whoever will be the number one contender for the Women's World Heavyweight Championship for AEW. But let's go ahead and dive into everything that took place for AEW Dynamite. Appreciate you guys coming through. And let's dive into it for everything that took place. Appreciate you guys coming through for this video. We kick things off with the almighty battle of the machines. We had Brian Cage taking on Kenny Omega in a decent match after Kenny Omega was able to secure the victory with the one-winged angel. More importantly, afterwards, post-match, we had the Don Callis family getting involved, including Kyle Fletcher, everybody getting involved. And then more importantly, we had the brawl out as Will Ospreay came there to make the save as the baby faces laid out Don Callis family and took them all out as the heels went scaring, and it was good stuff. And I look forward to seeing the continued build-up of the drama as Don Callis' two favorites are now going to battle with his whole entire family of his monsters. But we shall see how things continue to pick up with that. And I look forward to seeing more, and it was good stuff. And what more can you get out of seeing Kenny Omega and as well seeing Will Ospreay teaming up together? We get Chris Jericho, who's hosting a New York Minute. The promo was okay for what it was, but was it sloppy? From my point of view, it was mid at best. But Jericho needs to find a better solution to being the King of New York, even though he's the Ring of Honor World Heavyweight Champion. But we shall see what the drama continues to unfold with that. I understand they're building up towards trying to give Ring of Honor a television deal, so they're putting the belt on Jericho, because he's a face that pretty much anybody is recognized and know who he is. But is it the right way to go about it? No, you got to go with the young crowd, but I understand it's a business move. But we shall see how that continues to unfold with the land of Ring of Honor. Ricochet comes out. He gets booed straight for 2 minutes. He's trying to get that Dominic Mysterio heat, but it was an actual fail from my own personal opinion, but it was all right for what it was. He even showed a picture of what he did to Swerve Strickland, even with the pair of scissors. But, of course, things break down. We hear Swerve's music hit. Prince Nana ends up hitting Ricochet from behind with a chair and doing the swerve and dive and drive more than anything else. The Prince Nana dance and keeping us entertained. Calm, cool, and collective. Swerve Strickland comes directly down with a chain around his neck, chases off Ricochet, building up that feud towards Revolution. It's going to be a good match, and it's going to be good stuff, and I look forward to seeing more of it. Then we get down to the day of life of the CEO showcase, highlighting everything that Mercedes Moné has gone about when it comes to her accolades of winning so many championships and getting back up the wins and being undefeated still in AEW. The question is, who's going to take the title off the TBS champion and, of course, knock her off a horse and get her with a first L in AEW. It's going to be interesting, but I'd like to know from you guys' point of view. Chime down in the comments. Let me know who you got as your hot pick for the person to take it off her. My pick is Julia Hart, but we got to see how things continue to pick up with the women's division for the TBS side and the AEW Women's World Championship. Then we get to the Hurt Syndicate. We are down to what it was as we had MVP, as he was balling, and as he made his official return back to in-ring competition alongside with Shelton Benjamin and as well as the almighty Bobby Lashley as they went to town and they defeated Private Party and Mark Briscoe. They were playing no games. They pretty much had everything under control. They controlled majority of the match. The fans were enjoying it. And, of course, going with the theme song, they were going about, hey, who's going to get hurt? Everybody's going to get hurt. And they were playing no games. They handled straight business, and they sealed the victory by taking things out and let us know maybe we got the tag team championships on the line as they challenge Private Party for the AEW tag team championships. Most likely it's going to be Bobby Lashley and Shelton Benjamin looking to capture gold. I think that'd be the right move to put the titles directly on the Hurt Syndicate. What more can you want from them? You want to go put the strap on them and put the rocket to their back, and you want the fans to be invested in your product? Have Hurt Syndicate win the championship. But in over the trios match, it was good stuff. Then we get to MJF and Jeff Jarrett's in-ring confrontation, face-to-face off, wherever how you want to call it, or put the cherry on top. MJF did much as he can, even take shots directly at Jeff Jarrett, even talked about Owen Hart, including where his stance is previously about Kurt Angle, and of course, making a couple of jokes of trying to sleep with her and then return her back. Jeff Jarrett had a heart-to-heart emotions about where he stands, and of course, MJF tried to get a sneak attack, but of course, Jeff Jarrett was able to seal the situation and pull Karen Jarrett from getting involved, and a whole lot of that drama unfolding. As that's the next feud happening at Revolution, MJF versus Jeff Jarrett is going to be mid 100%. But the direction I'm seeing they going with, Jeff Jarrett eventually will become the AEW World Heavyweight Champion. I know this is something out of anybody that do not want to hear it, but from my own personal opinion, Double J is going to do what he needs to do, become the world champion one last time, and ride on the sunset as the last outlaw. Hook was scheduled to take on Christian Cage. A lot of animosity between these two with the building storyline. But, of course, things broke down with disqualification as Nick Wayne and Kip Sabian got involved, causing the disqualification in the match. A whole lot happened as Shibata ran down there at ringside. Hook tried to get a couple of jabs and suplexes in, but he was still outnumbered. Samoa Joe came directly down, looking like a badass, saved the day, took care of business, and the faces cleared the ring afterwards. Samoa Joe is not playing no games as he's looking to get his hands on not only Christian Cage for them taking him out, but more importantly, he's looking to handle business and get right back to suplex business and choking people out and coming with those banger promos. You know Samoa Joe can deliver as he just finished wrapping up Twisted Metal 2. If you're not familiar, he's pretty much finished wrapping that up as being part of that franchise. He did such a great job in season 1. Season 2, I look forward to seeing more of what Samoa Joe is going to be doing in that actual television series with Twisted Metal. Then we switch gears of seeing a backstage interview as Renee Paquette is working overtime as she had an interview with Jeff Jarrett. Dustin Rhodes interrupts him and fires him up in a promo about Jeff Jarrett's legacy and so much more. As it's going to be interesting to see how that drama unfolds as Jeff Jarrett is looking to step up to take on MJF. Then we get to the women's division. That lovely Gauntlet battle royal style kind of elimination. One fall gets the victory. We had a lot of ladies that were involved for getting involved into this match to become the number one contender to go against lovely Mariah May at Grand Slam Australia. We had Chris Statlander in the match. We had Jamie Hayter. We had Megan Bain making her return to AEW. We also had Julia Hart, Willow Nightingale. We also had Harley Cameron, as I was looking for her to put on that wrath on somebody. More importantly, she's growing on me as she continues to do such a lovely, great job. But Tony Time was able to pick the victory, and she secured it. Now she's the number one contender to face that Mariah May. The direction they're going right now is going to be great. I look forward to seeing those ladies get it on like it ain't nothing, or it's going to be like on like neck bones, like Booker T put it. And it's going to be great when it comes to seeing them in Australia, getting that crowd from both sides going back and forth. And I think that'll be the perfect time for Mariah May to either win the championship and keep it. And then, of course, Tony Storm go through a crisis, like the faces of Foley and come with another persona, or just snaps and things just go in direction of Mariah May becomes fear of her life and safety because of what Tony Storm's going to do to her. But we got to see what happens in Australia. It's going to be a great one. More importantly, they had to change the venue for something that was a little bit lighter, a little bit more of an intimate scale. But it's all good. But I like the way how things are rolling with AEW on a smaller arenas kind of setup. It makes it look a lot better. But the rings feel a little bit too close. But we got to see how the setup changes over time. But I'm okay with it as long as nobody don't slip and fall, break the ankle or twist the ankle, trying to run down there and doing way too much. Then we get to the main event of the night. We had Jon Moxley taking on big Powerhouse Hobbs. It was good for what it was. Even though we had the Death Riders' involvement and a whole lot more, Jon Moxley was able to secure the victory. They protected Powerhouse Hobbs as being a true big man. As he didn't tap out, he passed out. They were afterwards, post-match, they were trying to take the big man out and secure that whole entire drama that unfolded. Rated FTR came down there with Cope and pretty much cleared things out, made the save, and ran off the Death Riders. And, of course, the faces were standing tall, but they protected Powerhouse. Powerhouse needed to be the World Heavyweight Champion. I'm going to put that in my calendar. 2025. Powerhouse is ready. Go ahead and give it to Big Hobbs. And I think it's his time to be the World Heavyweight Champion because he's been day one there for AEW. He's been taking all the bullshit when it comes to creative. And more importantly, I'll give my props out to what he's been doing. But in overall, I like the whole entire storyline as a continuation of the Cope and FTR alongside of the Death Rider drama. I'm not feeling it whatsoever. The storyline is becoming a drowning effect. And having the AEW World Championship in a briefcase is diminishing what they're really trying to do. Hopefully AEW finds their stride and changes their course of where it's going to be. I look forward to seeing what else happens when it comes to the land of AEW. But more importantly, I appreciate you guys coming through. Post your comments down below. Like, comment, subscribe. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Until then, you guys be safe.